Hello and welcome to another What's Inside. This time we are looking at Zero Zap from Milton Bradley. For ages 8 to adult, 2 to 4 players. This is from 1987 under their Big Deal Games logo. Ooh. Now this game has sort of a skip bow or phase 10 kind of look to it. So let's tear into it and see what we've got. It's a pretty straightforward looking game. It does have a game board, which is really interesting, so it's technically a board game or a card game. So you don't want to get caught in the zap trap. So inside here we've got 108 playing cards, the game board, 2-section card tray, and the instructions. Alright, so here's the instruction book. It's a fold out, which is annoying. But it is on good paper, so it has held up really well over time. I don't know why it's folded like that, but it's in color, which is really cool. And it just goes over the cards. So here's our cards. We'll go through those in a minute. Here's our card tray and our board. These boxes are real cheap. They're actually worse than the average D&D box from the 80s and 90s. You can see this one's already split, so be very careful with that. If you're a big collector, you'll want to inspect the box. As for this is technically a 2-fold board, so you'll want to check the seam on this, because although this is really good cardboard, it's nice and thick, you of course want to check the seam to make sure it's in good shape. This one's in very nice shape. And what it does is you take your tray and it would slide right in here. And that's how it would be set up. So that's actually how the board is set up. You'd have a play area and your card section here. This is actually pretty nice quality plastic. Usually these things are garbage, but this is like 2 or 3 times thicker than usual. So I really appreciate that, because these things are typically broken. And this one has very, very nice plastic, which really surprises me to no end. This is very high quality for its time. Okay, let's take a look at our cards. You can see where it says the copyright 1987, Milton Bradley on them. Pretty standard back, looks very 80s. So there's 108 cards here. Let's take a look at what we've got. Now we won't have to look at the whole deck because most of the cards are numbers. And we'll go through one set and give you kind of an idea of what you get. But the special cards first, I've gone ahead and sorted them so you know what you're getting. So 6 wild cards. Three bonus 2 cards. 1 reshuffle, 3 steal a set runner double, and 2 everyone pass all cards of one color to the left, 2 everyone pass hand to the right, 3 give a card away, 1 double all green sets and runs, 1 double all blue sets and runs, and 1 double all red sets and runs. And there is 1 zero card. So this one's unique in the set. You'll definitely want to make sure that all the single cards are, of course, there. Now, as far as the number cards go, here's the red ones. You get 4 of each card. So there's 4 1s. Then you've got 4 2s. They do like to slide a little bit. 4 3s. 4 4s, 5s, 4 6s, and then 4 7s. So I showed you the red cards. The blue ones are, of course, identical, just in blue. It's a very kind of light blue powder color. Like I said, there's 4 of each for each color. There's the green. Six, and lastly the 7. So that's all 108 cards. That is what is inside the 1987 Zero Zap game from Milton Bradley, ages 8 to adult, 2 to 4 players. I think this one's fine for, younger players, as long as they have some help with the math. I think they'll be okay. And 2 to 4 players is about right. I think you'd enjoy it just fine with 2 people, but it probably would be better with 4. So it's a good party game, especially for people that aren't interested in playing like Zombicide or something like that. It's a lot more casual, and a good casual game is really hard to find. This one has kind of like a feel of like Skip Bow sort of thing. You get some wild variations in there, so it could be pretty fun. So if you like Phase 10 or Skip Bow or Uno or something along those lines, this might be up your alley. It might be worth tracking down if you're into vintage games. I think it's okay. It's not the greatest game you're ever going to play, but it's certainly not the worst you could find. And as long as all the pieces are there and the tray is in decent shape, or you simulate the tray with just stacks or whatever, I think it'd be okay. The cards have held up pretty well. They're pretty decent quality. They do stick together a little bit because they're a little grainy from age, but they are still decent quality cards. And the board itself is really nice. The tray is shockingly good quality for its age and the type of plastic they're using. So I'm actually kind of impressed with this one, how well it's held up over time. So like I said, if you're into card games with your friends, this might be a good one to track down and give a shot. See what you think. Let me know in the comments below what you think. But in the meantime, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure and hit that like button and consider subscribing so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you want to help the channel in other ways, links to my Streamlabs, Patreon, and other methods of supporting the channel are in the description and on the About page. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.